Before we begin our review of the Asus ROG Strix GL503 Scar Edition laptop, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified when we post our next video. Asus is one of a very small number of companies regularly releasing gaming laptops, and the main feature of the ROG Strix GL503 Scar Edition is its 144Hz NVIDIA G-Sync capable screen. This feature should make games look perfectly smooth by synchronizing the GPU's frame rate to the screen's refresh rate, which can change dynamically as required. We tested it to see how much of a difference it really makes and whether it's worth the extremely high cost. Asus sells multiple variants and special editions of the ROG Strix GL503. The specific model we have is called the Scar Edition, and it's set apart by the distinctive brushed metal finish and crease running diagonally across its lid. There's no special marking on the box, and even the spec sheet doesn't really highlight all the differences between variants, so you have to make sure of exactly what you're getting. We like the subtle look of the Scar Edition's exterior, which is thankfully free of red highlights. The mirror finish ROG logo does light up when the laptop is on, but that's about it. The lid has a unique cutout so that the status LEDs are visible with the laptop closed. The lid is metal, but the keyboard deck is plastic with a carbon fiber finish. The Scar Edition is relatively compact for the kind of hardware it offers, but it weighs 2.6 kilos and there's a heavy power brick which you'll need because G-Sync is disabled when running on battery power. The keyboard of course has RGB LED backlighting which you can configure in zones through a desktop utility. The keyboard is comfortable except for the arrow keys which are cramped into the numeric keypad area. The trackpad is pretty large and comfortable, though its separate buttons are a bit too recessed. You get a 15.6-inch Full HD screen, thankfully without a reflective coating. It has relatively good viewing angles but isn't very crisp, and color vibrancy is just about okay. It'll be perfectly fine for gaming but not the best for videos and photos. The stereo speakers are positioned well and sound can get pretty loud, though it isn't really rich or deep enough for our liking. There's lots of connectivity in the form of 4 USB 3.1 Gen 1 ports, 1 Type-C Thunderbolt 3 port, Gigabit Ethernet, HDMI and mini DisplayPort video outputs, a 3.5mm combo audio socket and an SD card slot. You also get Wi-Fi AC and Bluetooth 4.1. Inside there's a GeForce GTX 1070 and a 7th gen Intel Core i7-7700HQ CPU. This might seem like overkill for a full HD screen, but it's needed to push out pixels fast enough for the 144Hz refresh rate. You also get 16GB of RAM and a 512GB PCIe SSD as well as a 1TB hybrid hard drive with its own solid-state cache. Thankfully, the RAM, SSD and hard drive are all accessible and replaceable thanks to a huge flap on the bottom. So of course, the big question to answer is how well the Scar Edition runs games and how much of a difference the G-Sync screen makes. First of all, everything feels snappy. Even on the Windows desktop, you can tell that things are more responsive. All the games we tried ran really well, delivering more than 60 frames per second, and tearing was pretty much impossible to detect. Everything was clearly smoother than we're used to, which is nice in terms of visual quality but doesn't necessarily make a difference to gameplay. Your mileage will vary depending on what kind of games you like. Anything with fast-paced action such as esports titles will benefit the most. The ROG Strix GL503 Scar Edition costs a lot of money, but there aren't many other options in the market with the kind of capabilities that you get. If you don't mind spending a little on luxury features, this will keep you satisfied for a long time. Thanks for watching. For more reviews and videos like this, tune in to Gadgets360.com.